A pleasant good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever part of the world you are joining us. We are indeed proud and it's a privilege to be here in District Number 9, Moserado County. Specifically, this is the district of the incumbent, Honorable French Safoko. And we're in conversation with Ambassador uh, Ibrahim Mohammed, where he's one of the face of the district. Very shortly, he will be contesting. We're going to be seeing his face on the ballot paper. So welcome to the media. Thanks for joining us, and it's a privilege to have you this afternoon. Can you introduce yourself for the benefit of the audience watching?
Thank you so much, and it's also a privilege to be in your company this afternoon. My name is Mohammed Awe Jinian, and I live in District Number 9. I was born here in GFK Rural Hospital. I live in Lapasi, and then my parents moved to Matadi and established their school here, which is called the Love International School. They are the proprietor and proprietress. I started my primary education here at SOS Hemomana School, just as through away. And then I graduated from high school from the Muslim Congress High School. Then I did my bachelor's degree at the African Methodist Episcopal University, where I studied accounting, and also had the opportunity to go to the US, where I did my master's degree in finance, and now I'm doing another master's degree in health services administration. I am legally married to a beautiful wife, Mrs. Delphine Ware, and we have 6 kids.
All right, thanks a lot for the introduction. Let's look at the district number 9 being one of the district that has so many political figures coming out to lead the people. You have the life of Honorable Fubi Henry, and you have so many candidates like the former candidate Mila Kandaka and so forth. So what is it you see in the district is lacking, and you want to stand firm to recorrect?
First of all, you can have a lot of people coming into the process. That is not strange, but also you want to critique, these people and take away the one who you believe that will ably, represent the people. So it does not matter how many people get into the race, but how many people will understand or know that have a good intention for the people. Like typical example, the mistake that we have made, we made in 2020 to elect somebody who we believe that was a young person and could, provide the change that we needed. But today we see that we made a very big mistake that we are about to correct in 2023. I decided to contest in this election because we have had a lot of challenges we are being faced with as a district. The district is divided. We are being governed on false promises and lies, and the people, are disenchanted and disappointed in this leader that we have elected. But again, like I said, 2023 is the time we are going to correct that mistake.
Can you bring the change the people deserve?
Obviously, I have been bringing, a change to the people, and it's against that backdrop that a lot of them, have petitioned me to contest this election.
So let's get the rundown of some of your activities in the district. You've been out of the country for some time, coming back and moving into politics now. There are big challenges along the way. What have you been able to see as a force factor to calm down some of the challenges that you'll be able to work along with people very shortly?
Let me just say I've been out of the country, but I have been building my capacity. I've not just been living out of the country, and doing nothing. I have been there studying, and that's the reason why, I have a master's degree and is doing another one. But also I have been closely interacting with my people. I have come down all the time to visit the country. Every time I come around, I make sure, to move around the communities and see a lot of the challenges that the people are faced with. And we have been working tirelessly in helping them to fix some of these challenges. As we know that I'm a single person, I have been tapping into the bigger resources that I earn to help our people do some of the things that we need. And this is the reason why we want to be given the authority. We want to go into the House of Representatives to be able to get a wider space to help a lot of people, right? Because we know that when we are given our authority, we'll be able to reach out to people who will need, greater assistance. We will provide greater assistance to people who might need it. So that's one of the reasons why we hope to go into the legislature to help. Also, we see that the oversight responsibility and the lawmaking aspect, our lawmaker lacks, the idea, to be able to push some of those arguments. We know that he has not been involved in anything as such, or for more than 2 years that he has been into the House. And 2 years is sufficient to understand if a person understands what they are doing or not. So that's the reason why we have decided to come in to help our district.
Let's look at some of the proposed bill now you are going into the House with. What could be some of those proposed bills that will resonate in the ears of the people, or myself as an agent of positive change to uplift the citizen of District Number 9, specifically looking at the masses of youthful population who are some are school dropouts, some of who they are physically challenged when it comes to substance abuse?
I have several bills that I want to push. One of those has to do with the healthcare bill. The healthcare bill that is going to mandate hospitals to see people who are in emergency situations. When you go to the hospital, we understand that a lot of time people go to the hospital now. Even you, take a particular example. Today you had a situation where you fell off or you got critically ill, and you cannot do anything for yourself. Go to the hospital. You are demanded by any hospital around the country to pay a deposit. That is not fair to our people. We want to institute, or we want to push a bill that will mandate hospitals to see people in this situation without paying a deposit at first sight. Because when people are in this situation, sometimes you are caught up in this situation where your family members are not around, right? People who are onlookers will see you and try to take you to the hospital, but the hospital is going to demand that you wait for your family members before they can be seen. And because of that, a lot of people have died from sicknesses that should not even kill them. So we want to do away with that. We want to push a bill that is going to mandate hospitals to put that aside. Another bill we want to push is to help our young people, is to help empower our young people, right? We see a lot of our folks around here now who people call Zocos and call them all kinds of names. We want to institute a bill, push a bill that is going to help get them jobs. I work with the Ministry of Youth and Sports on a program called the Liberia Youth Empowerment Program in 2014, and I work as content coordinator in Grand Cape Mount County, where I work with a lot of young people. Today, some of them live in District Number 9, and they support my process because of the interactions we had with them. All right, even though the government at the time said, during Ellen time, said they did not have money to continue the program, and they had to rethink it, but we want to bring that program back because a lot of our young people are on the streets doing nothing, and that's some of the reasons why they get involved into things that they're not supposed to get involved with. So we want to rally with our colleagues to see that necessary to bring those programs back. It's going to help the community. The way we want to do it, the way I think we want to do it is so work together with the MCC to work for the community, right? To help clean the community, and government pays money back into the pocket of the people. That is going to help our people who want to do different things for themselves. That is also going to help our school-going kids, right? They're going to have some money into their pockets to do things that they want to do.
Okay, let's somebody's watching from Angola, and they are deeply concerned to know you from the educational background. Why don't you design strategy to strengthen the educational sector instead of going back to politics? Is it only politics is the way out?
politics is not just the way out. I have been designing strategy already to help the educational sector. In the school here, right here, as we are sitting down, it's a Law for the National School, it's my family school. We have been putting measures into place so that we can help people who are in critical need of sending their children to school. We know that education nowadays is expensive. Schools are, tuition are skyrocketing. We have to put things into place so that our parents can be able to pay, the tuition for their children to go to school. Today, I have worked with the administration in this school. I want to start it from my school before I can go out to other schools, right? Or before I can get into the legislature, and then we can push, bills that will help people who are in school, right? We have a tuition in the school here now that is something around $35,000 to $40,000. I have instructed the school to create a program, that I will sponsor for students who do not have the money to pay all of that money, to pay at least $25,000, right? That will help over 100 to 200 students.
Is it per year?
Per year, yeah. So that is going to help parents who want to send their children to school, want to send their children to good schools, but do not have the money. Okay? When that works here, we can take that, to any other school, or we can take that to the legislature when we get elected.
Let's look at the politics in district number 9. Let's go back to some of the challenges beyond the politics. You identify the healthcare sector, you identify school-going children. But I'm interested to know, people always say district number 9 is the stronghold of the CDC. By the way, which political institution are you going to subscribe with?
I don't subscribe with any political party.
Is that I don't trust them?
It's not that I don't trust them, but I'm now part of a political institution. I support people based on my conviction. So I don't believe, I don't subscribe to the manifesto of any political party. And that's the reason why I have sat down on the table with my team. We have built our own manifesto that will affect the change, for the people in this country. Yeah. So come 2023, we are going to contest as an independent candidate. Yeah. Because we have friends all over, all Saudi Arab. We need the support. We want to see this as a revolution, right? A revolution to redeem District number 9. So we want to attract people from all over the place, from all the different political parties, right? We do not only want to get restricted to one political party and then we lose our friends from the other side. We want everybody to get on board so that this change can take place.
Okay, let's talk about the district polity. The district, I'm quite sure it comprises of about 21 communities and so forth. All right, let's understand with all of the 21 community. Have you been able to visit all of those communities, and have you been able to bring the people, bring your plight out to the people, and have they agreed to work along with you?
Since I've been touring the district, I have been able, yes, I have been in all of the 21 communities. I have not been able to meet everybody yet, which, it's impossible for any politician to meet everybody. Some people will support you like this, seeing you on the TV and stuff. Some people will support you just because you spoke on the radio. But the message you send out to the people is what they are going to listen to, is what they're going to believe in and support you. Yes, so the message is resonating to the people. The people believe in what we have said or what we are saying to them because we are doing some of the things we are saying to them from our platform. Yeah.
Do you have any major competitors now in district number 9?
I do not have a major competitor.
Why would you say that? We have some names in the district.
You might
be hearing some names.
Okay, you might be hearing those names, but I don't believe that I have a major competitor. Yeah.
But you are taking the challenge of it's going to be a very strong battle.
It could be a strong battle, but we are prepared. We are battle tested. I mean, we have been into different processes, so we are not afraid of any challenge that comes before us. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about some of your recent engagement in the district. Recently came back from the U.S. What was some of your recent engagement in the district, and what was the response from the people as well?
Okay, since we came back from out of the country, I've had a team, a boys team that have been on the ground working, with the different communities, and the signal that it shows, that this team has been working was our recent petition, welcome back petition ceremony. If you had the opportunity to, watch it on Facebook or carry it live, you would understand that the people came out in their numbers that we did not even expect. We just expected for about 500 persons to come out, right? Because we thought it was just a little thing where we were just welcoming, us back to the country. But it will surprise you that the number of people who came out were very huge, and I was very happy because that shows to me that, I'm working, that we are doing what the people want us to do, and we're going to stop at nothing but to continue to push for the betterment of District Number 9 when we are elected or not.
You said that you talk about the reduction in the tuition fees. You said that because we are going to politics, that's why you came in so timely with the reduction in the tuition at the Love International, or it has been a normal routine yet?
It has been. So in schools, we understand that schools run, people have to pay teachers and stuff like that, but we also understand that there are series of challenges parents are facing, right? So to accommodate the parents who have these challenges, we have always worked with administration. Even if they had their tuition, that they planned already for the school year, we have always worked with them to reduce it to a significant figure that other people who do not have the opportunity will benefit from. So this did not just start with us, wanting to contest. It has been happening since we were not into politics, and it's going to continue even after politics. Yeah.
In recent time, the Minister of Education, Professor Ansel Soni, was on the national radio and had a press conference and saying the turnout of students is being very poor. Parents cannot afford. Looking at the ratio of that amount you're talking about, is there a need that it can still be reduced to have the student in number?
If it's necessary. What I would say to you, by now, government needs to put programming into place that will help schools, right? If you do that, at least institutions will have sufficient money to pay their instructors, because, mind you, institutions got to run, right? You cannot reduce the school fees so significantly that the school will not be able to operate themselves. Ansel Soni knows that. He has a school, right? So that's something that he knows very well. So what we need to do as a country, and these are some of the things that we are talking about right now. By now, the legislature is supposed to be calling the Minister of Health to have some conversation surrounding why, schools are empty right now, why, tuitions are hiking up. Those are the oversight responsibilities. Those are things that they need to do, right? But some of our brothers are on the worry right now about being re-elected, right? So they do not want to call these people to book because they are afraid that it's going to clinch the attention of the political leader, and at the end of the day, they are going to be targeted and they are not going to be nominated for re-election. That should not be a concern. The concern should be doing the work that you were elected by the people to do, because you do not represent a political party any longer. You represent the people of your district. Yeah.
People are saying that Brothers are no longer blind to politics, and looking at 2023 as a general presidential and representative elections. We believe that maybe the current government going to use cash violence. Can you defeat the current equipment?
Nobody absolutely has authority to use cash violence to manipulate the process. It has never happened.
This is Liberia.
It has never happened in any election. It's not going to happen in 2023. Okay. We saw in 2020 during the senatorial election, people have money flying here and there. At the end of the day, the person who did not have money won the election. So if you think that somebody got money somewhere that they want to pay people to influence election, I don't see that possible. It's not going to happen. The will of the people will prevail, and the people, like you rightly said, the people are knowledgeable now about how the election process should go, who they should vote for. They're never going to vote anymore on party lines. They are going to vote for tangibles. They are going to vote for people who care about them. So thinking that you're going to store some kind of 100 or 150,000 in one bank account and bring it back to the people, yes, they're hungry. They're hungry, right? Because you are putting them down. You want to keep them down. You don't want them to elevate because you believe that you bring money all the time to influence them. It's never going to happen. They will eat that money. At the end of the day, they're going to support the people who will do the work for them.
Let's look at women empowerment, self-initiative, and oversight responsibility of our rural women, those of whom we call the market women as well. Do you have plans for them?
I do have plans for them.
And what are we planning for them?
Our manifesto spoke about providing a loan for small business owners.
Okay. You're going to be a pay-by loan?
You say?
You're going to be a pay-by loan?
It's going to be a pay-by loan, but it's going to be a zero interest-free loan. We're going to give money to market women, so market people in general. We don't just want it to carry the name women, because there are also other men or young people who already have the established business. One thing I want to say to people, we're going to work mostly with people who already have an established business, right? Because if you have an established business, it means that you already have something there that we can work with. So if you come to us and want to strengthen our business, we agree, both of us agree that we're going to give you an X amount of money that you are going to use for a particular period of time, right? And you're going to pay us back with a zero interest. We will take that money and give it to somebody else so that they can also elevate their business, right? With that, you're going to see maybe in a year or two, a lot of people are going to be independent. Nobody's going to come to your door any longer. You have to get up from bed before you can come to see them, right? People are going to be independent. They are going to be able to do their businesses without coming to your door for somebody to call them beggars.
All right, so those of you just joining, I would love to say thanks for joining. It's quite interesting. It's a fascinating topic this morning and afternoon rather. As a part of the world, you joining us. We're seeing too many comments, too many questions being asked, but I think you will go back after the interview and respond to some of those questions, because people keep asking. Somebody's asking for Lofa, somebody asking for Green Chile, Ruwaji, and other counties as well across Liberia. So let's look at district number 9 now on the broad spectrum, one of the largest districts in Mosquito County. That comprises of people from diverse political background, diverse view. Do you support this drug law bill that is supposed to be passed any moment from now? You are not a representative now, but if you are opportune today to be a representative, will you support that?
Obviously, I will vote. I will vote for the passage of that, because what it does, it helps our young people in the street. It helps take away the drugs on the street from our young people, right? Nowadays we see drugs are smuggled into our country, and those are the things that are damaging our young people, right? We will, as a lawmaker, if I was a lawmaker now and that bill came before me, I would not even scratch my head to pass it, because it's going to help take away the drugs off the street from our young people.
What can you say to the U.S. government for our just recent government official who has sanctioned? Were they doing the right thing, or are they want to sweep away corruption from Liberia?
They did the right thing. It was a good thing, and I want to encourage them to even. I know that America as a country will not just base their decision on gossip. They're going to investigate these people who before they put them on sanction. So if America puts you on sanction, it means that they have looked at all of the different points, they have done all of the investigation, and before they sanction you. So I am for it, and I will always be for it.
What's about the World Economic Council? People talking about on the radio, the other thing. Do you have interest in that? Because other people are saying those that commit a huge number of crimes should not be prosecuted. Some are saying they should be prosecuted. They should pay for their the cost of damage. Do you support war economic crime?
I do support the war economic crime. And if I was legislature today, I'm also going to vote for that bill. Because what that bill does is it helps, people who are prosecuted for the bad atrocities that are committed, for the people who die in our country during war, who supported war in our country. It makes them to pay for things that they did. Let's take for example in Sierra Leone. When Foday Sankoh, he was very old, right? At the point of death, when the war economic crime court still went after him. You understand? That served as a deterrent to people who would think about getting involved into things that are not right. We had a lot of people who died in this country some of us were little, but we suffered. We went through things that we were not supposed to go through. So obviously people need to pay for the sins that are committed.
Okay, so we're talking more about politics in District number 9. Those of you just joining us this afternoon, we'd love to say thanks for joining. My name is Vakaras, and I'm here along with my colleague, bringing you all of the analysis about this presentation. Somebody keep asking, what do you see if necessary that you want to contest? Okay, he already elaborated on that. Let me just run down some of the comments. Paul County said, what can you boast of when it comes to District number 9? He said, what change are you bringing to the people? Foley Ruben Kiazulu is watching from Lakwasi community. And of course, this one says he are watching from Angola. This one says, Josephine College, congratulations. Powerful interview. James Bondo, I'm joining you from Oro Matadi. This one says, you spend your entire life in the USA while you boasting on the people's school. Okay, this one says, Fubi Henry is our next lawmaker. Josephine Colley watching for Guinea Conakry. I will soon be back to Liberia to vote for Fubi Henry. Okay, and this one says, okay, I finished with that already. Okay, so can you just respond to some of those?
Okay, so I'm just going to respond to some of those people. I'm going to respond first to the person who said I spent all of my life. What do you consider as somebody spending all of their life in the U.S.? I was born in this district. I left from here when I was 30 years old. I have spent 30 years already living here. I have been out only for 7 years. And all the 7 years I lived in this district, I traveled back to Liberia 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So what do you consider to be, somebody living in a district or living out of the country? Or are you saying that when let me put that question back to the person, when you have the opportunity to travel out of the country to elevate yourself, are you saying you're not going to take that opportunity only because somebody is going to call you an American or going to call you an European person? Is that what you're trying to say? I think people need to divorce, from those kind of thoughts, because it is not good for us. Right now, the education I have, when I'm elected, it's not only going to serve me alone. It's going to serve the country, because what I bring to the table, the ideas that I will bring to the table will benefit all of us. Right? We have a lot of people who are in the House of Legislature now who do not even understand the role they play. A lot of people there who are so say one, so say all. Right? Those people are bringing no significant change to the legislature. So if you have somebody who went to school, who is knowledgeable about everything, right now you bring the budget to me, I can critique the budget. Okay? I can tell you what needs to be taken out, what needs to be put in the budget. Right? I cannot, and that's the reason why I have the knowledge about how I'm speaking on the health sector. So we need to take, those are petty things that we need to take, those are jealousy. I consider those things to be jealousy, and I don't like to, put coat suit on that kind of stuff. I also want to speak to a person who said, what kind of change, I can bring to District number 9. Right? I have always said in all of my interactions with the people in the district, I do not want this leadership, this old style leadership that the people have always brought to them. I want a style of leadership that will go to the people and ask them about what's necessary to them, right? A leadership that will sit on the round table and have discussion surrounding our different communities. We know that people have different challenges. You cannot go into a community and tell people, I want to provide you hand pump when the people need toilets. Okay? You cannot go into a community and say, I want to provide you hand pump when the people need toilets. So you have to go into the community. And this is one thing we're going to do. We're going to strengthen the leadership in those different communities. Because we know very well that we will not have the opportunity to interact with every resident in different communities. So we're going to strengthen the leadership so that the community can be able to interact directed through the leadership, and the leadership are going to speak with us as lawmakers. With that, you are always going to see, things happening. Another thing we're going to do, we have a district that is not reconciled. People are angry. People, are disenchanted. People are going through all kinds of different things that our present lawmakers do not even care about. We want to reconcile this district. We want the people to be together. Because what happens to a district that is reconciled? The people themselves will give you the leadway, right, to do things that are important to do. If you do not do that, you are only going to be a person who's going to base your leadership on gossip, right? And you're always going to have different people, bringing things to you that are not necessary. This is the situation with the present leadership that we have in the district, right?
Okay, Honorable Wary, we have to let you go. We believe you have a lot of busy schedule today. We have to let you go. But one final question from my end, maybe my colleague will have something to ask. Do you support dual citizenship?
I do support dual citizenship.
Why do you support dual citizenship?
I support dual citizenship because the people who have lived, who are born and lived in this country before they travel out of this country, also has rights. They come into this country. A lot of people who come, a lot of the money that is pumped into this country are from people who come from abroad, right? So if you do not give them the right to do whatever they want to do here, obviously they're going to feel that they are not a part of the society. So they're going to limit the resources that they put into the country. Do we want that to happen? We see sometimes the U.S. dollar gets shot on the market. You know what happens? Because people sometimes, and that is the reason why I was so angry when the COVID situation in the country was so tight. People come to the airport. It's good that they have adjusted, the COVID, the way how the COVID thing, the COVID testing and stuff has been going, because people have started getting frustrated. Nobody wanted to come to Liberia anymore, because people were taking money from people $400-500 for COVID just to get COVID results. I know people who gave their phones and stuff to people only because they wanted to travel back. So if you give a born Liberian who had traveled out of the country but want to come back home, dual citizenship, it's a very good thing for the country.
All right, so thank you so very kindly. Those of you who've been following us this morning, we sincerely apologize for bringing you this interview so late, because the publicity was to be done at 10 o'clock, but due to the weather situation, and then we were able to bring it at this hour. So any final message for the people of District Number 9 and Liberia and large, will take it from you?
Okay, so to the people of District Number 9, I want to say to you that this revolution, this redemption is serious. You all need to get involved with it, because if this revolution or this redemption takes place, the people of District Number 9 are going to get free, from the bondage they are in right now. Our district is going to move forward. We are going to do positive things for our district. So our arms are open, our doors are open. Join this revolution, join Team Ware for a successful District Number 9. Thank you so much.
Thanks so kindly. Your name again?
Mohammed A. Ware Jr. is my name.
All right. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.